Hey guys, welcome back to the World Map. This episode, we're going to talk about Perth. Perth is actually one of the most isolated cities in the world. The closest city to it is Adelaide, which is over 2,000 kilometers away in southern Australia. In technical terms, Perth only refers to a smaller portion of Greater Perth, but those terms are interchangeable. Perth is located in the southwest of Western Australia. It is located in between the Darling Ranges and the Indian Ocean. Running in the middle of the metropolis is the Swan River, a well-known landmark. For Perth, January is on average the hottest month and July is the coldest. Perth is also driest in January and most humid in July. Annually, Perth has an average rainfall of 870 millimeters, the majority of them falling between May and October. Greater Perth has a population of 2 million. 32% of the population also describe themselves as having no religion, and the most spoken language other than English is Mandarin. 57% of the population is Australian born, however, there are also many English migrants. As seen in the population pyramid, Perth has a rather stationary age structure, indicative of Perth's overall quality of life. Other than Swan River, there are several other architectures and landmarks that Perth is famous for. One of them is the Bell Tower, which is a result of an architectural competition and housed the bells of St. Martin, the only royal bells to have ever left England. These bells had been rung in celebration of multiple events such as a World War II victory in 1942 and coronations of British monarchs. Meanwhile, there is also the Perth Mint, which was established in the 19th century as a branch of the Royal Mint in London and since the 1970s owned by the Australian government. There's also Kings Park, which invites over 6 million people annually, DNA Tower, and numerous other landmarks. In terms of transportation, Transperth operates Perth public transportation, which includes buses, trains, ferries, and school buses. However, 64% drives themselves to work. Lately, there has been several measles alert in Perth. On 9th January, a person confirmed to have measles have visited 2 locations in Perth, which are the Perth Zoo and an IKEA store. 2 more alerts has also occurred on January 16 and January 23rd. The southwest of Western Australia is also experiencing a rise in the average temperature. Between 1910 and 2013, the temperature had risen 1.1 degrees Celsius. Meanwhile, the average annual rainfall has decreased since 1970s by 20%, which has been correlated with greenhouse gases. Combined with the increasing temperature, this leads to the decrease of water level in dams, which may impact on agriculture and other functions. Homelessness in Perth has reportedly increased by 4.6% between 2011 and 2016. In that year, there were 50 homeless people for every 1,000 people. People between the ages of 20 to 30 made up 25% of total homelessness, and recent migrants 15%. This may be due to the increasing cost of living in Perth, as rent has increased 135% since the 2000s and minimum pay only 80%. However, I think if I were given a choice to live there, I would, mainly because it appears that in general, those living in Perth have a higher quality of life and there are better opportunities for education compared to Surabaya. For example, UWA, which is the University of Western Australia, is one of the top 8 Australian universities and is located in Perth. Perth is also one of the most livable cities according to The Economist, and there are also many job opportunities in that area. Well, that's it for today's episode. Thank you for watching and see you next week.